really nasty.
This time on Heavy Rescue 401.
I'm gonna get by that tree to get that thing over there.
Riverside Wreck
You're gonna hit that tree, Bill.
forces a tight maneuver.
It's scary how far these things will move.
Gary and Colin
That's a big rock.
hit rock bottom.
Wow.
And a smashed generator
Now let's pick it.
overpowers Kevin.
Your winches are faster than mine.
It's going to be a pretty day today. Traffic's not too bad. Music to my ears. Another day of living the dream.
An early afternoon in late winter, and Toronto drivers are enjoying a moment of calm on the roads.
Curly 5 Tango 007.
But it only takes one wrong move to stop traffic cold.
Very often, the worst crashes that we get called to are when the roads are dry, and it's usually because of human error.
Drivers using a cell phone. SUV tailgating and cutting off multiple vehicles.
At the Compass Operations Center,
Just see if there's any lanes closed there.
the staff keeps watch to pounce on any problem before it can spin out of control.
Aerial fast driving.
Go ahead.
And just after 2 p.m., their cameras capture the first sign of major trouble north of the 401.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, looks like I had a hard crash.
On the southbound lanes of the 427, a tractor trailer that was carrying some very heavy equipment has rolled over.
Just be advised, I'm en route to that jackknife 427 southbound at 49.
And Sergeant Kerry Schmidt's afternoon just got busy.
So we have a call for a jackknife transport truck. It's right near Pearson Airport. Nearly all lanes are blocked.
There's a cop coming up between the left lane and the barricade.
Oh boy, look at that. An incredible sight of this twisted jackknifed transport truck on its side with emergency responders all the way around it.
We've got a jackknife transport truck, flatbed hauling scrap. We've got the 3 right lanes blocked with emergency crews. You can see all the debris, damage marks here on the highway, and you can see kind of where the vehicle came to its final rest.
Obviously, the driver in that truck went for a pretty wild ride because you can see how violent and how quickly that took place.
An incredible ride for him, man. He's very fortunate he's not injured.
The twisted tractor is under so much tension
That's a mess, isn't it?
that firefighters have propped it up to prevent it from snapping free.
This is going to be a very complicated recovery. There's a lot of tension still on that fifth wheel kingpin, and they need to relieve that pressure and let the vehicle and the trailer go back to its resting state.
Apparently they've made arrangements with En route.
En route rotator veteran Kevin Richardson has left his home base near Hamilton to help tackle the job.
It's rare for me doing a recovery in Toronto because I try to stay out of the big cities. A lot of traffic for me. How you doing, Gary?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Good. But when a customer calls, you gotta go. I'm just gonna take a walk about it. The truck's just twisted. Got the trailer rolled over. So I know it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge. Wow, yeah. You got some big machinery there.
The cargo, 2 smashed generators, will be heavy and tough to handle.
A lot of damage here. Wow.
Gotta happen on a bright sunny day and dry road. Found a slab here. Guys, you want to get your left lane right one back one.
The afternoon commute is already starting to pick up fast.
The impact on traffic is significant. We have massive slowdowns on the northbound side because of the visual distraction. We only have one lane getting by on the southbound side.
Kevin,
Yo!
So with time pressure mounting,
am I holding it or I'm just pulling it?
Cable Lit, leading en route's Toronto crew, is joining the fight.
Rush hour always adds the pressure. It's one of those times that, you just have to be on it right away and then just get it done.
You can probably come in a little bit closer, eh?
Yeah. This one was not going to be a quick recovery because the way it landed, the pressure on the fifth wheel of the tractor.
Their first step will be easing that pressure.
Go right down the whole rim there, yeah. Got it now?
Yeah.
Kevin will lift the back of the tractor as Cable pulls the front, releasing the tension so they can separate it from the trailer.
You guys want your cribbing?
But first, they need the firefighters to remove the supports, leaving the tractor vulnerable to the pressure.
It was hard to judge what was going to happen.
Once they're out of the way.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, yeah. No?
Play with it. Go back and forth.
Can you lift up a bit and then pull? I'll be less resistant, maybe.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Because of the twist and the fifth wheel was twisted, it was biting on the actual pin of the trailer.
No?
My truck's moving.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
I gotta put the spikes. I gotta put the blocks down.
He's gonna regroup.
Kevin needs to adjust the angle of his lift to try and free up the stuck kingpin.
You always improvise, right? So you try different angles.
Put the chain through, Dale, if you need the chain.
Yeah.
Instead of picking up from the top, we actually try to drag the back of the tractor towards Kevin. So the space between the fifth wheel and the trailer plate, it decreases.
Yeah, let's try this. That's better now, right? Well, now? There you go.
Oh, something moved. Until they relieve all the tension, the truck could snap free at any moment.
Yeah, you keep doing what you're doing. Just kind of seesaw, yeah? Come on, baby. Okay, pull. There you go. Watch it, guys. Whoa. That was a lot of pressure, eh?
Didn't look pretty, but it got done.
Yep. Right. So what's the next step now for you guys? So we upright the tractor. So we're gonna do the trailer, and then there's another trailer coming. Because the load itself's way too heavy.
Awesome. All right, still some work ahead of you.
Yep.
The bulk of the job is still ahead, and the afternoon rush is already here. Terry needs to make some room.
I'm gonna see if I can get one more lane.
Sure, yeah.
All right.
Let you start, yeah. Yeah. Tight? Yeah, tight. There you go. Zoom in. There we go.
Traffic is getting heavier.
Hurry up.
OPP wanted to get the highway up quicker. What do we got to do? And yeah, we're just trying our best.
We got an accident blocking the road up there. It's like about 3 lanes. What? Everything's good that way.
125 miles east, the 401 is moving well through Belleville. But on Highway 37, just north of town,
This is really nasty.
Bill Wright is facing a confounding recovery.
We've seen trucks, you know, hit the end of the bridge or the side of the bridge, but to go down over a bank and right down to the water, I've never seen anything like this before.
A car crossing the bridge forced the oncoming semi to swerve, sending it crashing through the guardrail and down the bank to the edge of the river.
He is some lucky he went the other side of those trees. Could have ended really bad.
The driver escaped before the cab burst into flames, but he left a big mess behind.
Well, the biggest challenge is getting the load out of the trailer.
That load, 40,000 pounds of cardboard, is just one of many hurdles.
Between the overhead clearances is the depth of the ditch. The cab is totally gone. The right-hand side of the trailer is severely compromised, ripped open. The challenges are stacked on top of each other here.
Break it up.
On a bridge on Highway 37.
You got that, Kim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bill Wright is sizing up the tough job below, and he'll be working with a crew of locals.
We'll get the tractor out of here first?
Yep.
Kim Reed, owner of McCaffrey's Towing, called B&G to assist her crew.
5 years ago, my ex-husband and I purchased McCaffrey's Towing, and I fell in love with the world of towing.
Today, she contacted Bill because he has one piece of equipment that she's resisted adding to her fleet.
It's not busy enough for a rotator in this area. I mean, I could have one, but it's gonna sit in my yard most of the time.
But in this tight space, there's no other option.
We'll get Jason in with the excavator to empty the load, and then we'll bring the trailer out separate, probably in pieces.
Likely. It's bad. The truck's fully burnt. The trailer is leaning, resting up against some trees, preventing it from fully rolling.
We gotta get by that tree to get that thing over there.
We're trying to work with the boom inside the tree line. Then we got to get it lifted up over the bank, over the guardrail, out onto a tiny little road. This is something that we're going to have to pay real close attention to.
Anywhere on the front bumper?
Shit holder.
Good, I can tighten up.
Yeah.
Their first target is the easiest, what's left of the tractor.
Beauty.
To run the rotator up from on top of the bridge, you can only see one side of the unit when you're doing that work.
Okay, you guys clear?
We're all clear, Bill.
Oh.
Bring the float through. Okay, good.
Now they can turn to the real challenge.
Looking for an update. What's going on? What do you guys need your timeline? The roof is completely out of it. Majority of the rivets on the other side are gone.
It's pretty badly compromised on the bottom side, so I'm concerned that the floor itself is going to buckle due to the lack of roof and corner and support from the structure of the trailer.
We made the decision to offload the trailer because it's heavily compromised. It's broken in several locations, and it is heavy. Now we have the joy of dealing with the load.
But the trailer might not even survive the strain of the offload.
It's going to come out in pieces.
I only got the part left we can buy. I got us. We can run through here.
Come on, pick up.
Back on the 427 in Toronto.
Ready to put her down? Yes, sir.
Kevin and Cobble are finishing up clearing the truck and trailer.
As soon as that trailer's out of here, I'm gonna see if I can get one more lane over.
Sure, yeah.
But now they're facing the cargo. 2 generators weighing in at 30,000 and 40,000 pounds.
We're opening it up.
We are opening one more lane. Hopefully that'll take some of the pressure off the traffic congestion.
Yeah, left two are the only ones open.
Carrie's opened up more room for traffic to flow.
You okay there?
But that leaves less room for the crew to work.
Roughly 40,000 pounds, this machine.
A lot of weight, eh?
With the less pace, it's more risky. If something goes wrong, you know, anything could happen.
Perfect.
The first generator is so damaged,
Good?
Yeah.
it could tear apart under the strain of the pull.
We'll roll it first, okay?
Okay.
Just had to watch upright because life traffic's going by. You don't know what could break or fly off.
Watch it, guys. Okay, ready? We'll just go down slow. There we go. Let me catch up. Gotta watch our lines together, okay? Okay. Now let's pick it.
Two operators new to working as a team will need to be in perfect sync.
Your winches are faster than mine.
Your truck's newer. Why is mine faster?
Because you're younger. Okay, we'll start rotating. Nice and easy.
All right, I'm set it.
That's okay, eh? Oh, that was good. That was the heaviest one, so I'm happy.
So with the system in place, they turn to the second unit.
All right, let's roll it.
Okay.
Okay. We'll go straight up.
Rotate.
Kevin and Cobble have found their rhythm as a team.
Okay, there.
Okay.
When we got the second generator put on the trailer, it was a relief because, you know, you see, it was still daylight.
Heavy parts are on. Now we're on the home stretch.
And I'm gonna clear.
Thanks, Gary.
Good job, man.
See you, buddy.
Get a call in the big city again. Definitely, I know I can rely on these guys, so it worked out.
I'm gonna go home and sleep like a baby.
It was a bit of relief and go home and have a cold one. It was a long day.
All right, good work, everybody.
Yeah.
See you later on.
Thank you. Let's get out of here.
All right.
He's not gonna be that long.
No.
North of Belleville, the trailer has held together for the offload.
So when he's done,
Now Bill and Kim are working out how to lift it up onto the road, and they've changed the plan.
we can try and hook onto it in one big piece and see what happens.
Yeah.
Rather than salvage the trailer in pieces, Bill's gambling he can move it intact.
This is a major lift where we're coming out of the bottom of a deep ditch, up over a guardrail. We're gonna be 6, 7, 8 feet off the ground at certain times.
We just get 4 long straps. We'll go off each dolly leg,
Okay.
just up and around to a hook and off the back of each back wheel somehow. I think that's what we'll try.
With 4 lines rigged from the rotator, Bill will roll the trailer upright and then swing it around onto the road.
Good, yep.
This trailer is severely compromised, so we want to get a hold of it in as many places as we can from the bottom rails.
Let's try.
The reality here is I'm 50-50 on whether this trailer is actually going to stay together.
You got no more boom out?
No, we're there.
I've never done this before. I've never seen this done before.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
I hope the trailer holds.
Oh. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Oh.
A on the edge of the Moira River.
We're gonna try and do a 4-wire lift and pick up the whole trailer.
Bill and Kim are putting the damaged trailer stability to the test.
What we're watching for here is to ensure that there's no debris falling in the river.
Looking good now. We got her off the ground. She didn't break.
Oh, this is pretty cool.
So far, the trailer is holding.
We like to see.
But as Bill tries to reach the road, there's a new complication.
You're gonna hit that tree, Bill.
How much are we hooked on that tree by? A little bit?
We've lifted trailers before. We've never picked them up so high in the air and rotated them right around the rotator to the other side. This is gonna be a tight fit.
There she goes. You clear those trees there?
Yes.
But you don't see recoveries like this every day. A job like this is where a rotator really gets to show why rotators exist.
Good.
Cool.
You know what I've been saying? We don't want one of these for so long. I think I might have changed my mind.
Oh, I definitely want one though.
It's definitely impressive. It definitely made the job a hell of a lot easier. Good work, bud.
Worked out all right. You didn't even break it.
Everything worked the way that we hoped it would. Trailer came out in one unit. Tractor came out in one unit.
The bottom rail stayed together to the point where I think Kim's driver is going to be able to tow it back to their yard. She'd been a whole lot longer by a couple hours if it didn't stay together, that's for sure. Pick her up.
For Kim, the rotator and its operator were the perfect fit for this job.
As a woman in the industry, I met with a lot of ego.
Shove it out.
Shove it out.
Bill looks right past the fact that I'm a woman, and he's willing to teach me, and he's willing to teach my guys.
Working with Kim and her guys is easy to do.
All done.
They want to learn, they're willing to help.
Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. I'm going home.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, guys.
On the highway, Bill.
See ya. Thanks.
I work with the McCaffrey team anytime. They were very, very good to work with.
All right, you ready, Freddie? All right, buddy.
The next day, there's a visitor at Bill's house east of Oshawa. His son Mitch is home for the weekend.
I got a day off today, so I came down to Curtis, my parents' place, and I got my little man Brody out here.
All right, you ready to go? No training wheels?
All right, give her, man.
Out of here, buddy!
Seeing Brody get on the bike so young and start riding, it's like a flashback to me.
Good job, buddy.
It's a chance to take some time away from the pressure of running the new Bancroft office.
Dude, you're doing awesome. Coming to a stop like that? Oh, Harry.
Becoming a father at just 18, Mitch still had a lot of his own learning left to do.
Did you get your knee?
Not long before he left to start the new job, Mitch made the commitment to get sober.
I knew, about a year and a half ago, it was time to make a change in my life. And I was definitely going down a path that was pulling me away from all the things that I loved, work and family and my son.
Here, give me up. Get up here. You okay?
I put myself in a place to, get myself better and take the next step. And, fortunate, I'm like a year and a half clean now.
Look at your poor dirt bike now. Should we pick it back up? Yeah?
When you have a little boy waiting for you back home, it's important that you do everything right.
Yeah, here, let me get mine out of the way.
Because, it's not just about you.
Sometimes we're gonna fall down, but you just gotta make sure you get back up, right? All right, buddy, give her. No problem.
Very nice, beautiful drive. Hey, where are the complete place? 200 miles southwest.
Got an accident up here.
The preferred towing rotator is heading to an unusual kind of heavy recovery.
So we've got a tractor trailer that has gone through the ditch, back up and out, but he was carrying a load of rocks, and it sounds like the entire load of rocks has come off the trailer.
So Gary Vanden Heuvel and his son Colin don't know exactly what they'll find on scene.
This one's gonna be a little tricky. Wow. I cannot believe this guy made it through the ditch like he did and got back up and out.
This is a weird one because the rocks are all over the road in the ditch here, and the truck is like half a kilometer up the road.
The truck never went in, apparently, just the trailers.
Heavy op Kyle Putris already has the truck rigged up and ready to go.
We'll just limp it up the road.
But it's the cargo that Gary and Colin will have to wrangle.
So which one we want to start with? So we're gonna take the big ones. Yep. Get them loaded on your float, get them right to job site.
It's a bit scary how far these things will move when you start thinking about the weight behind these things.
We pick up car parts, we pick up rolls of steel, we pick up sea cans, all kinds of things. But this is a first for me where we're picking up actually rocks.
I'm thinking more of a pull this way to get it to tilt.
And rocks are not designed for easy rigging.
Okay, see what it does.
They don't have weight stamped on them. They don't say lift here, don't lift there.
Okay, just watch yourself back there. Watch yourself, it's still sliding.
The thing about rocks, we don't know the weights of them, so it kind of poses all kinds of little challenges on this one.
Yep, that scared me.
If anything does let go, we don't want to be anywhere near these things. It could easily kill you.
The rocks are quite heavy. Bit of a problem. Okay, just watch yourself back there. Watch yourself, it's still sliding.
On the eastern edge of Sarnia, Gary and Colin are fighting to rig the unriggable.
These rocks, they're down in the ditch. They're big, they're bulky, they're heavy.
You floating? Yeah, oh yeah. Boom it up slow and I'll watch here. You couldn't extend all the way out. We're trying to leave room for our float to come in. It's the balancing act, that's all. Slow down, you know. Look at them, truck length apart.
But with heavy border traffic on the road, they just don't have space to work.
Hey, how are you? Good, good. We're probably gonna have to bump this over a little bit more because I need enough room for the rotator and the float to squeeze in beside me. Hopefully they knock it down a notch.
Okay. You've always got to be aware. You've always got traffic flowing at you, especially when you're working in that center median.
Tapering off an even longer section of the highway, Gary and Colin will need to work faster.
There we go. She's heavy. 7,000 pounds. That's a big rock.
We want to make sure that it can't move around in our straps and come crashing down, because that's going to do a lot of damage.
Perfect. Well, that's one down.
But that was just the warm-up.
That thing's a monster. It's got to be at least twice this one. That one's going to be a challenge.
How's it going today? Dry road together.
200 miles northeast.
Get him backed in.
Mitch's visit home is providing a chance to work alongside his dad.
Straighten her out.
Came out of a driveway, the poor guy, and he just got away on him. Just slid down the hill and jackknifed it.
The farm tractor weighs in at 30,000 pounds. But first, they need to deal with a manure spreader that it was hauling.
Yeah, all that brown's not dirt, eh?
No, I know.
Being in Bancroft, you know, I don't get the chance to spend as much time with my dad, and I think I definitely took some of that time for granted.
It's like a very large outhouse.
I miss that kind of camaraderie with him and I, and having fun together and working big jobs.
You want to crank the wheel to the left, come ahead of
And once again, Bill's been called to work with a local company.
He can pull it away from the machine while we're pulling it up the hill. So he's going to do a little bit of a side pull from over there.
Yep.
And then we're going to pull it up behind our truck.
Sounds good.
And then we'll come back and upright the tractor after that. Cool.
Working big jobs with his father in the past, Mitch could get overwhelmed.
Bring that one right to the job, and then back to me through the snatch block, and then we'll bring this one to that one and marry it up.
Today is Mitch's chance to show Bill how his months away have changed him.
I'm past my 1 year mark of sobriety, and I think that's really when the work starts, but I can tell that it's doing things for me, you know. I'm more calm and crystal clear, and, you know, I look at situations different.
All right, let's go get those lines pulled out. Hey, D, you want to come give me a hand? It's been a while.
I've been in the small tow trucks so much lately up in Bancroft, I haven't really had a chance to get my hands on the controls of the big trucks.
Okay, bring her up, Mitch.
Sooner or later, you gotta blow the dust off.
How's it looking?
Keep coming.
If you don't run these trucks every single day, the ability to do more than one thing with your fingers on the controls at a time, it definitely gets rusty.
You're clear of the tractor.
Okay, here, we'll get that unhooked. Got it clear of the tractor, so next step's to get this pulled out onto the road and out of the way, and then we're on to the tractor situation.
Mitch, get that thing up here. We're gonna get dark.
Dealing with the tractor is definitely going to be more difficult. It's on its side, down further, and into some trees.
So what, do you want to get this right up to the wheel lift?
We get into the dark, this is easy to move. I want to get the tractor uprighted and get it out of here before it's dark.
We're definitely fighting daylight. Playing in the dark down here is not going to be any fun.
Gonna leave a trench. Oh, she's gonna do that.
On Highway 402, Gary and Colin are facing their second rock, much bigger than the first.
Just taking a look here. That first one weighed 7,000 pounds. This one's a bigger rock yet again.
You know, that's some serious weight. We're physically digging a trench with this thing as we're dragging it across the ditch.
You want to see if we can get something under it while it's in the curve? That's what I'm thinking. Just boom up. Let's see what it does. Just be real careful, please. Oh, this is gonna work out okay. Let's just grab a strap. We'll lay it underneath right to start. Okay.
We're definitely gonna have to keep an eye out as we're lifting.
All right.
There are a lot of sharp edges. You know, these come out of a quarry where they're tossed around.
Come on, you bugger.
And those edges
Hold on.
could rip apart their rigging.
It's cut right through it, didn't it? Yeah, we're all right. Let's get most of it on that one, though. Not 100% happy with that strap. The rocks caught it and cut it. It's mainly in the outer casing, which doesn't have anything to do with the lift, but we'll watch it. Hopefully, it holds. Okay.
It's definitely a very thin line we have to walk here, because if we cut the actual bands inside, the strap's just gonna blow apart.
We got 11.5 on this one, and you haven't even lifted this thing yet.
Last thing we need is for it to cut one of the straps loose and roll down the ditch because this thing's a monster.
At about 14 right now. Got it all, or what's she at? 19. 19?
Yeah.
Wow.
We don't have this thing fully in the air yet, but already the scale reading is just climbing, climbing, climbing.
Wow, it's almost hitting 20,000 there now. Yeah. $21,000. That's probably good right there. There we go. Okay. We're rocking this recovery today, I'll tell you.
Definitely a relief, and you put that one down in the notepad and say we've done rocks now.
Big pieces, the heavy ones, they're loaded up now. We're just gonna pack up, head out. The client's waiting for him at the job site. He's gonna get the smaller rocks for us and put it in one of their dump trucks, so kind of a combination effort here today.
A rocky start for father and son, but a stone-cold victory.
Good job. Thank you. That is how you move rocks.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. The neat thing about this job is it's always different.
All right, let's get these rocks and roll out of here. Sounds good. Always wanted to be a rock star.
The dark's coming in, so let's go.
Off the back road near Blackstock.
If we come through the back side of the knuckle, we won't get into that steering rod.
The reunited Mitch and Bill are rigging to upright 30,000 pounds of tractor.
Almost there?
Almost.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit nervous to pull up that tire though too.
One of the rear wheels suffered heavy damage in the rollover.
We gotta fight with the fact if that wheel's gonna stay attached or it's gonna break off completely and kind of give us a hard time coming up the hill. All right, you ready when I'm ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, both of us, let's go. Okay, nice and easy. Right as it starts to come, we'll start to loosen off a bit, all right?
As we roll this tractor over, I'm definitely worried about that wheel coming off.
See how fast it's gonna come?
Yeah.
There she is,
Okay.
she's over.
And one more little one, she's coming.
There she is, you own her.
And here she goes.
Done.
Yeah, tire came right off, I knew it. Well, that's not gonna make things any easier coming out.
No. Look at the center of that rim.
I know.
And that's just
exploded.
Like it's just disintegrated.
Damn, that's just not good for us.
Getting this thing out by itself is gonna be fun.
On a rural road northeast of Toronto,
we'll have to get this winch out.
The tractor's wheel has ripped apart.
I think we'll take our line, get it on this rim, get it into high gear, and get this rim up to the street. Get it out of our way.
Come down here and flip this tire, Jim Rat.
Yeah.
All right.
Now Mitch needs to keep himself together.
You know, in the past, we'd see him get a little bit frustrated with something, and the frustration would linger through the day. Now we see Mitch, and he's that kid that's back on the ball with the ideas and the thoughts and, you know, the want to get this done.
He's gonna get a container hook. Let's get this dragged out of here.
Yeah. There we go. Boom.
Damaged real bad.
Without 4 rolling tires, they're facing a much harder pull for the heavy tractor.
The tractor now is 3-wheeling. The axle will be dragging on the ground, creating excessive resistance to pull.
So they'll need to maximize their pulling power.
We ran one winch cable through a snatch block, through another snatch block, and married our lines together. 2 winch cables doing one thing.
Okay, Mitch.
Good? Let's go.
See how hard she is to pull.
I can't imagine it's gonna be...
Well, a little harder than you think. You're pulling 35,000. Oh, it's coming very easily. That's a pretty serious pull.
There's a lot more weight there than what it looks like, that's for sure. It's digging into the ground at the back.
We're dragging that axle through, which is just piling up our resistance. It's definitely not something to mess around with.
Plowing pretty good, on the one side, but
nothing you can do about it.
There's constantly the danger of, something breaking, something going wrong.
That's starting to get heavy. A little bit of boom height. Starting to see on the truck that it's taking a little bit more of that weight. That's good, eh?
Yeah. Good enough. Let her back down.
We're just gonna get the float to come down now so we can kind of get out of here. We're losing daylight big time.
Pick this back end up and get it swung around here.
10-4, sir.
Today, Bill has seen a success bigger than just the job itself.
I'm very proud of Mitch.
We're gonna run 2 blue straps. He's got them right there.
To see him in Bancroft, using that as a place of change for his life. So he's, kind of in a new area, new people, new surroundings, new responsibilities.
All right, cable down. I like it.
Ever since I decided to get clean, things have just kind of started to explode with work. It's like my brain's in the right places now, and I'm on fire.
I think we're done. Okay, cool.
Thanks for your help, brother. Good time had by all.
Yeah,
appreciate
awesome
it.
job today, guys.
Good to work
that
with
was
you.
Sweet. That was awesome.
For your dad, it's always cool to have your kids come up in your footsteps. However, in today's society, this is a tough trade.
But as Mitch has been stepping up, unknown to his sons, Bill has been wrestling with a temptation to step away.
We've had another towing company put an offer in place to purchase my heavy towing business.
The money and the timing are almost too good.
My wife's retiring in 1 week, and this couldn't come along at a better time. I believe things happen for a reason.
But Bill's sons have always seen their future in the family business.
People that do this job, it's either in you or it's not. It takes a special breed.
The family is in for a big change if the deal goes through.
There's a big piece of me that hopes something makes it fall apart.
What a place for that to happen.
Next time on Heavy Rescue 401.
We gotta get out of here.
A recovery race against driver distraction.
You all right?
Scattered wood.
Gonna come for the bang!
Shattered nerves.
It's turning into quite the schmozzle.
And a heavyweight load.
We gotta get out of that mud hole.
Whoa, it's crazy.
Guys, stop!
Hits the breaking point.